Hey y'all, my name is Diana Marie, aka Miss Diana, and I wanted to jump on here and teach you a little bit of piano today. I've been hearing from some adults here on the channel, and you want to learn. So let's take about 20 minutes and get playing. Okay, that is the goal. Now, I am going to be using this book series to guide you through. You could find a link to this in the description once this video is posted. It's called The Accelerated Piano Adventures by Faber Piano. Now, this is an adult book. This is like an accelerated version of their beginner series. And I find that this one can actually take you faster, quicker, and at a more comfortable speed. Whereas this might feel a little bit intimidating. And we don't like intimidated around here, okay? Because piano is meant to be fun, meant to be enjoyed, and really just a sense of like fireworks in the brain. I know that maybe you're like, I got enough fireworks in my brain, Diana Marie. But let's go ahead and get started. Anywho, so my goal is to get you playing, and playing we shall. So there's a couple important things about sitting at the piano I'm just going to touch on really briefly, and then we will get to some songs, okay? So the first thing is your distance. When you're sitting at the keys, I'm going to switch to my overhead camera so you can see my hands. I'm going to be stretching two fists as I sit flat, feet on the floor, back up straight, sitting tall, and your knuckles should actually be at the edge of your keys wherever you're playing. That means that you are the correct distance. If you're all the way back here, you're too far. If you're over the keys, you're too close, friend. So just make sure that you are at the edge of the keys here. All right, so that is how you sit up. That is that page, making sure, again, they weren't lying, y'all. When they said sit with your back straight, your feet flat, it actually, I've witnessed it change how the song sounds based off of how you are seated. So copyright, I can't show you the pages here, but I'm going to go through them with you. We're now onto page 6, where you have your finger numbers. This is not just for beginners. Finger numbers will follow you your entire piano journey, okay? So we're starting here with our ones, our thumbs, our 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So your ones, go ahead, wiggle your ones, your twos, a little bit of finger warm-ups, your threes, your fours, and your fives. All right, slowed it down a little bit. I was going a little bit too fast there to start. So we are going to now move into the keyboard and take a look at what's happening on the keys so that everything will make a little bit more sense to you. So first of all, you have high and low and loud and soft, two different things. If you go from left to right, oh, it's a little quiet here. That's where you have low sounds, high sounds. And then you go from high to low, the other direction. So that's how our keyboard is set up, okay? Now, loud, forte, if your keyboard's touch sensitive, the lighter you touch it, the softer it will sound. If your keyboard doesn't do that, don't worry about it then, okay? But something I want you to notice on your keys, what do you see happening here? Did you say pattern? You're right. There's twos, threes, twos, threes, twos. And I'm actually going to link my video at the top of the screen about how to identify the keys to help you, as well as I have a special game there that's going to help you practice those. But that's a great way of learning your keys. It has to do with the black keys. And you'll actually see that here on page number 8, where we have the musical alphabet. We're moving and grooving, y'all. We're moving and grooving. Don't worry. You can always rewind and come back, okay? But the musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You might notice something. A lot of notes are missing, right? A lot of letters at least. But our musical alphabet goes from A to G and then keeps repeat. Aren't we thankful for that? Are you thankful that we do not have the entire alphabet, at least the English alphabet? It would be a lot of letters here. But I'm looking over here because of my book, because I want to go back to the keys so that I could show you. Remember we talked about those black keys? They're going to help us identify a couple notes here. Anytime you have two black keys, to the left of that is C. So again, you got two black keys, C. 2 black keys C. Now, just like we said, our alphabet, right? You have A, B, C, D, E. Your white keys follow your alphabet. So if you have 2 black keys C, you know that the next are D and E. Here we go down here, C, D, and E. Okay? So easy enough, right? Yes, it will get easier. I promise you. I'm actually going to drop the link to the game here too, so you can play it. But here you have F, 3 black keys F. So if you remember only 2 notes, 2 black keys C, 3 black keys F, you got the whole thing, friend. So back to the 3 black keys. You have an F, G, A, and B. Here you go again. F, G, A, B, and so on. Okay? So remember C, remember F, and guess what? You got yourself the entire musical alphabet right there on the piano, and you know your keys. Now, we're going to touch on rhythm really briefly. You might have heard of these things before, your quarter notes, your half notes, your whole notes. Here, you have those 3 are what we're going to begin with in this series on page 10. Now, again, quarter note is where you start. That's your 1 beat. Not to be confused with quarter. Yeah. Quarter is 1 because it's a quarter of the whole. If you think of it like a whole note, I like to think of it like pizza. I like pizza. So we're going to say a pizza pie, right? An odd shaped pizza pie at this point. You have a whole pizza. Then you cut it in half. Let's say the whole pizza is $4. Okay, that's where we're going to take it. Yeah. There was a time. And then half of the pizza, right? A half note. You now have a $2, right? It's $2 for half of it. And then now you split the whole pizza in a quarter and now you get $1 each. Who's shared a whole pizza pie? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play what these sound like. Again, this might seem like information overload. Stay with me, grab the book in the description, and I promise you it will get easier. So here we go. I'm going to play, starting on this C here, a whole note, 2 half notes, and then 4 quarter notes. And if you have page 10 of the book, you'll see that it's on this little rhythm flag that you can play along with me. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Quarter notes. 1, 1, 1, 1. All right. Let's go ahead and do it together. So again, if you have the book, awesome. If you don't, friend, just play along with me. Whole note first, 4 beats. 1, 2, ready, let's play. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2 quarter notes. 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, cool beans. So that is what you have for your rhythm. That's the most basic rhythm that you'll have within the first unit. We also have some measure lines here. You can read about that. We're going to skip over rhythm and blues, and we're actually going to meet on pages 12 and 13, and these will be our first 2 pieces for today in order to warm up and get to know the keys, okay? Now at the very top, you're going to see that you have seconds. Seconds have to do with the distance between keys being intervals, and it's really just the fact that it's the very next key, your next finger, and the next letter of the alphabet. Okay, again, grab the book. You'll have all this written in front of you. But I know I'm a visual learner, so sometimes I'll be like, whoa, this is a whirlwind. Stay with me. I guarantee you will get this, okay? Now, we're going to start out in what we call a C pentascale is where we're going to play. So I'm going to show it to you first. I like to show, so I say, you look and listen, and then I'm going to play it a second time for us to play it together, okay? So here we go. This is our C pentascale where our right hand thumb begins on C and then every finger gets a key. Notice when you play, you also want to keep a curve. A nice way of doing that is to like create a ball with one hand and then release it, and that's your hand position. Yes, my fingernails are a little too long right now, but that's going to change. All right, so you have this. You're starting with your 1 on C. Every finger gets a key. Wrist is up, not hanging off of your keyboard. Left hand's going to begin with your 1 on G. Every finger gets a key. Or you can think of your pinky on C. Every finger gets a key. So I'm going to go ahead and play exploring seconds for you first. Next finger, next letter, next key. And then I'll play a second time for you to play along with me. So the first time, we do have a repeat at the end. So I'll play it 2 times. Here it goes. All right, friend, I know you're ready now. You're like, girl, I paused it. I jumped right in. So let's go ahead. We're going to set up our hands first. Remember, your right hand thumb begins on C. Every finger gets a key. Your left hand pinky begins on C. Every finger gets a key. Curved finger, so you play on the tip of the finger. And let's go ahead. We're going to play it through twice. The first time, notice it says right hand first and then left hand on the bottom. They're playing separately. We'll play it with the finger numbers. We'll say and play, and then we'll play it with the notes. 1, 2, right hand ready, first finger play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, left hand, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Now we're going to repeat with the letters. Right hand, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, D, E, F, G, G, G. Hold left hand, G. F, E, D, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, 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 2, and pause. All right, friend, now if you're watching this as a recording, I would pause, play it through 2 to 3 times, and come on back. All right, so now we're actually moving into the last page, the second page for our songs today. We're on page 13. Now we're going to move into what we call thirds. So instead of playing the next key in seconds, we're now going to play thirds. So you skip it up, 1, 2, 3. 1, and then you skip up and then back down. That's what we're going to be playing with this piece. Now we're set up in the same C pentascale. So right hand thumb on that C, left hand pinky on C. I'm going to play exploring thirds for you first. Again, there is a repeat, and then I'll play it through for you to join along with me a second time. Take a look and listen. Back to the beginning. All right, y'all ready to join me? Here we go. Left hand is going to begin with your 1 on C. Every finger gets a key. I'm sorry, goodness. Your right hand begins with your thumb on C. Every finger gets a key. Left hand begins with the pinky on C. Every finger gets a key. Let's go ahead and play it. Finger numbers the first time through, second time notes. 1, 2, right hand start. 1, 3, 5, hold. 1, 3, 5, hold. 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. 5, 3, 1, hold. 5, 3, 1, hold. 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3. Beginning letters. C, E, G, hold. C, E, G, hold. G, E, C, E, G, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. C, E, G, hold. C, E, G, hold. Then G, E, G, E, and C. 2, 3, 4, and off. All right, y'all did it. Go ahead, if you're watching the recording, pause, play it through 2 to 3 times, and then come on back. All right, y'all, a time was had today. I hope you enjoyed your lesson. Again, that comes straight from this book right here, the Faber Piano Adventures, the Accelerated Lesson Level 1 book. And I hope to have you again next week. We'll continue our lessons together. Down below in the show notes, you'll find a link again to this book, also to the keyboard that I'm using, a great beginner keyboard. I'm a traveling online piano teacher, so it's wonderful for me to move and groove with. And I'll also have access to a course that you can take. I have one that are for children that you could take, and then another one is going to be for y'all adults here. Okay, so whoever it is, whether it's you or somebody else in your life under 18 who you'd like to have started with piano, or y'all play it together, that is also a beautiful thing. What kind of support would that be, right? You have your kids in piano and you get to take piano too, and then you actually know what it is they're working on. Amazing. Well, hey, y'all, listen, it's been awesome. May the rest of your day truly be the best of your day. I'll see y'all next